Hey guys, welcome back. DJ Scorpion. Today I'm going to show you guys how to properly use sync to get us from a 150 BPM track to a 123 BPM track. Okay, so we're going to properly use sync to sync these tracks up, and then we're going to slowly turn both of them down. Now, as you guys know, DJ softwares, a lot of times when you have a high BPM count, will sometimes classify it as halftime. So that's why if you see here, this track has it classified under 75 BPM. So this track on the left side is going to act as if it is 75 beats per minute, which it is, and it can also be used as 150 beats per minute. So just keep that in mind when you're using the sync button, because if we notice here, and I'm going to skip to the part where I want to sync up. I want to sync towards the end where there's no more vocals, it's just the beat. So there's just the beat alone. And that's where we're going to be doing our transition. It's going to give us enough time with this clean intro, this extended mix on the right side, On My Mind by Diplo and Side Piece. And what we're going to do is we're going to sync up the tracks. So as the track is playing, I'm going to click sync on this right side, and notice immediately it jumped from 123 to 150 beats per minute. So because it's at 150 beats per minute, they are now synced. However, keep in mind, this one's at 75. It's not going to ruin anything, but just keep it in mind when you're moving the slider. So notice here that you have a master next to your sync button. The master button is going to be on for whichever is the leader in the transition. Meaning who came first, right? So whoever was there first, whichever track was playing first, is going to be the master. And that's what we're going to use. We're going to click that as the master. Now you can do it the other way, but I'd rather, just for all intents and purposes, let's do it this way. I'm going to use the master. It's already on, but if it's not on, you know, it should automatically come on because that was the last song you were playing. So notice here, I've synced the right side with the left side, but I haven't synced the left side with the right side. So you want both your sync buttons on. And so once I click this sync button, it's not going to change the beats per minute. It's still going to be 75 because 75 is halftime of 150. So now that these are syncopated, now that they're synced, I'm going to start my transition. And so what I'm going to do, and you guys are going to see what I'm going to do, but what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to slowly, gradually bring the 150 down to the 123. Now, here's another thing to keep in mind before you do your transition. If you're doing this on the fly, you kind of got to already be aware of this. Notice here we're on a +10 tempo. When you change the tempo on your BPM slider, on your tempo slider, if you're clicking these buttons, what they're doing is they're changing the width or the amount of range that you have when it comes to stretching these out. So what I want this one to be on is wide. The wide, actually, I'm okay with it being on +16. +16 is a big enough range, and it's going to allow me to go slow enough, but I'm going to go all the way, and it's going to take this from 150 to 126. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's not waste any more time. I want you guys to hear how it sounds. Bitch. So there we are, back to 126, and from there you can just unsync the track, you can pick it up from the 126, and then you can bring it back down slowly to your desired tempo. Once you get it there, it's pretty good. I'm gonna do it one more time just for demonstration purposes. But the one key thing to note is when you're turning both of them down, you're gonna want to slowly do it. You know, you don't want it to be you want it to be a gradual increase. You don't want it to be something that just immediately jumps from one to the other. Because here's kind of how it sounds if you just go, you know, straight from one to the other. It's just like too quick of a transition. It's really gonna leave your audience, you know, they're gonna kind of question it. It's not gonna sound natural. So let's go back. For all intensive purposes, synced it back up 150. Let's go back a little bit here. Okay, here we are. All right, cool. Don't forget to hit sync on the second one. And let's go. So that one sounded a little bit better, and I actually got it to 128 because I was going a lot slower. But I hope that this demonstration helped a lot.